Welcome back to the National Hockey Centre here in Glasgow for Game 2 of this Day 1 of the Grand Masters. It's the European Cup, and we switch focus now as we're going to move into the European Cup competition, and we're going to go into the over 70s category, and a very decent one to start things off in this competition on pitch 1 here at the Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It is the Netherlands up against Scotland. So thanks for joining our live coverage. I am Callum Patterson, and let's run through the sides then for both teams. And for Netherlands in goal is Tim Dolman, number 1. Paul Verloop is number 2. Robert Struik is number 3. Koos Lokhorst, number 4. Weitz Berghaus is number 6. Jan van Kampenhout is number 9. John Elfers, the captain, is 10. Joep Volkers is number 11. Taco Gerbranda is number 12. Challing James is number 14. Bob Leinweber is number 15. Ardrey Uldrix is number 16. Pepe Hanush is number 17. And Joel Verheim is number 18. For Scotland, number 1 is goalkeeper Nigel Dixon. 60 is Colin Tucker. 62 is Kieran McLernan. 63 is Murdoch Sheriffs. Number 64 David Ballingall. Number 65 is Alan Strachan. 66 is Ian Dowie. 67 is Roy Crichton. Doug Morris is 68. David Margerson is 69. Norrie Springford is 70. Sandy Weir 71. David Castles 71. Also in the list, Andrew Farrell 72. Robbie Robertson 73. And Alan Auld is 74. So there are the sides, obviously over 70s category in this European Cup. And we're getting set to start the first quarter. The Dutch in their white and orange.
Well, if you're going to do that, what you could do is take the 2 Scotland perfect stage flags down, banners down, and just put the flags.
Certainly a player to watch is number 17 for the Dutch, Pepe Hanush. Of course, the real guy that was sensational for the Dutch side in this competition 2 years ago. We're ready to go, fellas. Whistle blew a few seconds ago, we're underway. But Pepe Hanush scored in the final against the English.
So we can take them down temporarily and then they can go back up.
So certainly a player to watch out for in this competition. The Scots looking to try and do something exciting in front of the crowd. A few home fans in for this, but it is the Dutch off to a good start here. We have a leaner squad, full of quality. Ball in just disrupted by Sandy Weir. Just a turn for Paul Verheim, and a wonderful LSA from Dixon in goal. Bright start from the Dutch in the opening 60 seconds.
If they were to stand down here, still, and what I thought there were railings down here. I thought you could tie them here and
space found for Verheim. Just wriggles away back throw, squirmed through nicely to the edge of the knee for the Dutch, but doesn't come to anything.
What they've done is just put tape, curled it, stuck it on the flags, and then leaned over on that side, just going like that. Or you might be able to do is actually find a better way of sticking it on the top. We've got some good heavy duty tape, rather than trying to tape it onto the wall. Just heavy duty tape onto that, and then just like that.
Rob Struik cross for Gerbranda. Branda in the back well, down from Folkers. Verloop just kept it in for Joep Folkers. One or two complaints that came off a bit of the body perhaps, but Robbie Robertson goes at half a weight. Well, Scotland reached the semi-finals of this competition 2 years ago in London, along with the Dutch. Dutch beat Germany 2-0. Scotland lost to England by a couple of goals to 0. Dutch whistle for, but not the best of passes. Overheen's ball looking for Folkers. Oh, there's a mix of formats across the various competitions. Some have a pool phase and then a knockout, semi-finals and finals and the like, but this is the over 70 format. And this is the pool phase, the round robin first up with all these sides. That's the main focus in this competition in the European Cup. Netherlands, Wales, England, Scotland, Germany, Belgium, all 6 sides in the same pool. And the Dutch rattle forward, nice ball here, and it's smothered well by the keeper. Struik, his attempt to goal was left there just to try and collect, but straight into the path of the goalkeeper. All really big defending so far for the Scottish side before it goes for Doug Morris, oldest player on the field with 76 years of age of experience behind him. Back it goes, just a little bit too much on that for Struik.
Stanno qua, già, Giade, Giade. Stanno qua, sì, ecco,
Kieran McLaren trying to wriggle away, but was always under a bit of pressure. And the Dutch have turned over the possession. Overloop wide. Here comes Scotland. Roy Crichton well, trying to find the pass. It's a Scottish ball. Intercepted by Chris Lockhorst. Struik across for Verloop. Nice little tussle with McLaren. Dutchman thought sneaking it back down in the corner. Do have the free hit to try and rattle a ball in towards the circle, but Van Kampenhout will come and provide some help. Back to Goose Lockhorst. Gently found some space for Gabranda. I think maybe looking for a little leg, but the penalty corner is signalled anyway, so the Dutch will get the first goal from a penalty corner. 7.5 minutes just over gone in the quarter. And Jan van Kampenhout is heading across. So he can come back and just discuss tactics with his side. Joel Verheim is in a bit of space, could be chosen. There's 2 or 3 options for Van Kampenhout to inject. And it's trapped by Verheim and just parried away round. James Talling James I should say rather, was the one that got the strike on goal. One corner taken quickly by Verloop into the D. Nice turn, is it? No, it just bounced up unkindly for Talling James. Roy Crichton, good stuff from him. Had support. Down from Morris. Just runs away by Scotland, not quite finding the possession they wanted so far in the opening 9 minutes of the quarter, but it does remain goalless. Isn't a free hit after a bit of a arm up in the air. Just Lockhorst. Support by in Paul Verloop. Struik. Oh, that was lovely stuff. Arms out for a penalty corner, but lovely wriggle room. Try and weave around the 2 or 3 Scottish bodies. Another chat going on with the Dutch side, thinking about what they're going to try next. Van Kampenhout with the injection once more for the side in white and orange. Still by Verheim again. Maybe a little bit miscommunication, but still with Verloop now. But the air apologises to his teammates. It wasn't as good a routine that time. Quite as threatening. Scotland might well try and capitalise with Ballingall, but the support behind. It will dribble across the air at pace for Murdoch Sheriffs. Nice ball found for Norrie Springford, but the fence back and tracking the ball. Space open up now at the other side for James. Looking for a bit of help from umpires, but play on, say the umpires. I look down for Van Kampenhout at the end, lively. After all the commotion, I think the penalty corner was signalled. We'll just double check and make sure that the umpires are maybe chatting about the ruling, but it is a penalty corner. He's just doubly making sure that was definitely going to happen. Another section in from the Dutch. Stopped by Verheem. Idea to try and play it across the Verloop doesn't work out. Scotland playing again here as Sheriffs.
Passing the ball back to the
Downey
and
in towards the D. First real big foray forward for the Scots. Comes back for Auld. So a penalty corner on the other side now.
Come on lads, let's get this one in.
Not too much as well. An attacking sense for Scotland, but now they've got a chance here in the 13th minute of the game. If they were to sneak a goal, it would be a bit punishing, and the Netherlands have had a lot more possession. Flung back towards the injector. Big groan from the crowd. Ian Dowie thought he might well have scored there. Tucker on the other side keeps it alive for Scotland, but runs into a defender. Lovely idea from the Scots from the penalty corner, the first one they've had in the game. The Dutch could be menacing on the break with Paul Verloop.
Come on, Alan!
Now we need some help. Skips by Auld. Verloop is going all the way here. Cuts it back for James. Block came in, and wide it goes from Taco Gabranda. That's what they can possess on the break. Farrell lost that, and here's from Struik. Bit untidy. Back it comes from James to Struik. Right at the keeper. Tries, wriggles it behind, and is the side of the goal. Have a look there with the Scottish side. The Scottish side have got away with it a little bit. Oh, coming together there, and Rob Struik put it back to his feet, a bit accidental. This penalty corner signal, I think, against Alan Strachan. So another opportunity towards the end of the quarter. Jan van Kampenhout across once more. It'll be a perfect time to get the opener. Seen how it helped the Reelick's red English side earlier in the over 60s trophy game on this pitch. So by Verheem, and that's went Very high. Still alive though for Koos Lockhorst. That comes to an end.
Well done, lads!
That's the end of the first quarter. No goals. The Dutch have had plenty of possession, one or two chances as well. Very threatening. The Scottish side had one or two little half moments of their own, but very watchable first 15. At the end of the first quarter, it's 0-0.
That's good fun. Good. Yeah, you like. When I get in, but I can't feel cancellation. Oh!
Underway then for the second quarter. There's 0-0 between these two sides. Thanks for joining us for live coverage. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel dedicated to this competition for the Grandmasters European Cup, also on the special Facebook page as well. So wherever you're watching, it's great to have you with us, and plenty making their way through. The FER local can get down. It's free entry. There is 2 games going on here pretty much all day, certainly for most of the week. At the National Hockey Centre, pitch 1 is where we're focusing our camera on. Pitch 2 as well as action behind us. And there is games throughout the week also at Clydesdale and at the University of Strathclyde. But our focus on the live coverage is this, as the Netherlands look to get off to a good start in this quarter. And Verloop once again, great run, finds support and finds the net. Do the Dutch the opening goal? And I think for them they'll be saying at last. Plenty of possession and taken by Talling James. So great for him and great for his side. But Paul Verloop, absolutely terrific stuff. He's played that left channel really well. Still got a burst of pace to get forward down that channel, causing problems for the Scottish defence. up a bit more now, you could suspect. Only Crichton trying to wriggle forward. Comes back though for the free hit. Just inside that final third. Here's McLaren into the circle. It does go. Not really cleared by the Dutch, but they might just get it back in the grass now. Of course, back helping out in the defence, and now we might see some of this pace. And here is the goal scorer, Tialing. Down for Struck. Can get probably what he's wanting off that came Sandy and just cleared anyway. And it comes from Gerbranda. You know, the big sound of the sticks, but all fine, say the umpires, and still it will stay with side who now lead. After around about a minute or so of this second quarter, they scored the opener. James Tialing. That's our loose ball from Leanweber. Now a bit of a home crowd noise. Down it goes to Dowie. Spotted the space in the run from Colin Tucker. Advantage here for Scotland. Tucker carries on. It's going to be a penalty corner. Stick tackle came in. Tucker just about staying on his feet, but they will have the penalty corner here, Scotland. So it is going to be Ian Dowie to head across for the injection. Around about 4 minutes roughly played in the quarter. That one rattled off a leg, Crichton, but they'll play on anyway. Still on the edge of the D here, McLaren. McLaren held it up, did it bounce up to the Dutch body? Well, it's been cleared anyway. Play on, and now there's a bit of an overlap, 4 against 3. Tialing, scorer, support it with Struik out there, also Verloop to the right. Not quite the ball found, came off Weir, but might come back. Struik, it's deaf ball through. And we cleared with ease off the line, Sandy Weir. In fact, he's picked out a really good pass for Colin Tucker at the same time. Scotland played some of the best stuff so far after conceding in the early stages of this second quarter. Ball into the D for Struik. Arms out up the other side. Another penalty corner for the Dutch. They've had a few in the first quarter, another one here in the second quarter. So another injection for Jan van Kampenhout. Sizing it up. It's always seemed to come to Jo Verheim, and he does trap it once more. Wriggled by James. It's going to be another penalty corner. Challenge James looking to maybe wriggle a second goal. Ibrahim. It's a different route this time, but it goes by the goal. Hut with power. Another moment for the Scottish side to survive. Tackle Gibran has been another player who is like a threat in that final third. Little dance from Gibranda, and a dance too much from Gibranda as Norris Wingford put the pressure on, and they've conceded a penalty corner at the other side. There's always a bit of trouble. Susie tried to waltz his way by. Scottish side with a chance to get the equaliser potentially. Not too many penalty corners, with a couple or so throughout the course of the game so far. Looking to make one pay. Downey with the injection. There's Crichton. Nice for Springford. Springford was in a couple of minds trying to play it back, so it had to come from deep through Tucker. Into the circle, a burrow by McLernan, trying to keep it alive, as is Tucker. Stays in play and comes back for the Netherlands. Van Kampenhout. Good argy-bargy with McLernan. Forward towards Crichton. Scotland trying to get an equaliser. Crichton hammers it. Bounced up off a Dutch stick. And they do have the long corner. Andrew Farrell put in his possession. Wind burling round. You know, Gibranda and away come the Netherlands, and it's 2 against 3. Reelick couldn't use his pace that time. Nice work from Alan Strachan. Couldn't quite pick out a teammate, but stopped the threat on the counter for the time being anyway. Gibranda to Struik. Struik just muscled himself away. Nice ball, and James looking for his second, just by the post. Good chance that was for number 2. And Velup and Struik, both sides really causing some damage with a bit of pace, just a bit of skills with the feet and the stick. Brandon Struik helped it on. Is it going to stay in here for James? Not quite. Oh, and a sore one to try and keep it in. The commitment to the very end of that move. I don't think it was quite the ball as intended, but almost paid off for Struik and James. Pattern with Sheriffs and Struik back to his feet. It's going to be a penalty corner for that come together. I think nothing malicious in it, but did stop him in his float. Under 5 minutes left of the quarter. (2-0). Half-time lead could be rather more convincing and comfortable for the Dutch. And Cameron Hood with the injection, Verheem to stop. And play it across. Surely. It's lovely. Came off a hand, it's a penalty stroke. Sandy Weir, I wonder if he knew what he was doing there. Wonderful interlinking passes. And things though, I think it could have maybe rattled down and came off his stick and he might have cleared it, but instinct and all that doesn't disappear from you. Question could be they're going to card him. It's going to be a yellow card. The punishment. So for 5, and there's a stroke here for the Netherlands to give a 2-0 lead. And as they head closer to half time. Well, it's well saved, absolutely superb save from the keeper Nigel Dixon, and telling James does not get a second goal from the stroke. They will still have a big advantage with the extra player, well, the Dutch. And now they could see some profit off this. It's kicked away. Verheem was racing in at a vast rate of knots. I believe it's Sandy Weir, the one with the yellow card. There is actually 2 Scottish players with 71 registered to them. Towards the final stages of this second period. Scotland, despite the man light, trying to get forward.
It's not quite Christmas yet.
Free hit was given to the Dutch, but that was not the best of balls from Struik, so comes back with Strachan. So to watch just behind Limmer was a bit of trouble on Tucker, but way forward they come. It's a great interception. There's Springford. channel here. Touch into the D. James is maybe looking for it. Working around, he's going to fall to the head of the circle for Lockhorst. Free hit given against Paul Yul Verheyen. Just to correct the yellow card down there, because it did just mention that there were two players with 71 in the back. It's actually David Castle with 71. He's the one that's got a yellow. So Sandy Weir is the other player that had 71 on the team sheet anyway. But he is number 75, so it is Castle that's serving his 5-minute yellow, which will be coming to an end towards the end of the quarter, maybe just into the start of the third quarter. As we're almost at the end of play for the first couple of quarters. Dutch have this long corner. Lockhorst need to sneak it into the circle. Little loose, Lockhorst gets it back. Here's Verloop. It's be left by Magerson. So there is David Castle coming back on. So that is his 5 minutes up, right at the end of the quarter. So at least Scotland back up to 11 have not been punished per se, because the penalty stroke that was awarded to the Dutch, Alan James took it, but it was saved well by Nigel Dixon. So half time then, and it's just a 1-0 lead for the Dutch in this over 70s European Cup game. We'll be back shortly for the third quarter, and we'll leave you with some of the best bits of the first half so far. Welcome back. We are almost set to go for the third quarter. And we are in the European Cup over 70 section. It's a round robin pool phase. Scotland get us going. Very quickly the Dutch have it in their path, and Paul Verloop, really terrific player to watch in that first couple of quarters with the cap on now. Don't know if the navy cap goes with the white and orange. Rob's through. Loses his stick, gets the decision, so will be a Dutch free hit.
I remember we played Edinburgh University once, they played about the first 10 minutes of 12.
Interesting, Scotland have done the thing which is pretty much the norm in hockey, just rotating the squad. They have a slightly bigger squad here than the Dutch, but the Dutch haven't really made, I don't think they haven't made any changes from the three players on the sideline. They did talk about Pepe Hannu, she hasn't actually been involved yet at all today. Until another one with the cap on. Oh, wonderful skill. You can see how he's a bit of quality. Rattles off a foot or maybe in the back of a stick, and it is a very quick penalty corner in the first 90 seconds of the third period. Yeah, Pepe Hannes talked about the goals he scored in the latter stage in 2015, but he was the second top goal scorer in the over 70s competition with 6 goals, all field goals. Injected in for Verim. Goes on a little trot. Set up a brilliant second for Taco Gerbrand. Another player that's probably deserving of a goal. Worked really well in the circle. And for the Scottish side, who weathered a bit of a storm towards the end of the second quarter with the yellow card and a penalty stroke save, which went for them, they have conceded early in the third quarter. And it's number 2. Scotland did show signs in the second quarter that they could weather and muster up a goal, but we'll see if they can do it again. Try and garner some energy. Farrell. Farrell put it up to try and put it back, and ball goes down the channel, looking to try and pick up Tucker. Bit of a tumble, but quickly back to his feet to applauses from the crowd. From the crowd, and obviously to the right you may well see the refreshing spot, so get yourself along if you're a local. Plenty of good stuff along the hockey centres in both pitches and also elsewhere in the city, and plenty of games. Final 2 games of the other 2 games we've got today split over lunchtime and early evening of the European Cup games for the over 60s level. Got 2 different pool games. Up next will be Scotland against Italy in Pool B at 12:10 roughly, and then there's a bit of a pause, there's an opening ceremony, and then at 5:30 it's Ireland against Belgium in Group A. louder people the whistle from the umpire, just a little sorry wry grin.
2 minutes and then you're starting.
Good work from Robbie Robertson. But the Dutch, at the end of that decision, managed to get it back in their path, but went the other way. So Paul Verloop will try and use his skill that he showed a lot in the first and second quarters. And it goes to Hanush. Tried to lay it back to Verheem, it's behind everyone. Bit too clever for everyone in orange and white. Verloop tried to find Gabranda, the second goal scorer. Taken well by Ferrell. Gabranda won it back wonderfully. Rattled up and bounced up off Robertson. Struik into the circle. Arms are out for a penalty corner.
Pull Andy across now, Kieran. Kieran. Yeah. Once the short corner's done, you can swap it.
Stay on, Andy.
I can come off.
He comes to Hanush. Locked in a bit of frustration actually creeping into the Dutch. They're talking amongst themselves, not too happy with how that routine worked out. Love the passion. Intense conversation going on. Yeah, nice space for Paul Verloop. There's a little too much on that for him to chase. Rain has really hammered down over the last 10-15 minutes, really since the half-time break. It's started whistling down. Colin Tucker getting a good run into the circle by the baseline, just keeping it in, but run into danger, but the arms are out for the penalty corner. Scotland have got a chance at the other end, and if they can get one back, they are still in this. It's a leisurely walk from Ian Dowie.
Put this away.
Dowie injects Crichton. Oh, and it's a great goal! And they have got the lifeline. I did say if they can make it 2-1, they do have a chance, and been put under a lot of pressure, a lot of Dutch possession. But they have a goal to celebrate thanks to Ian Dowie.
Play, lads.
Take off your goal score now, he doesn't want to come off.
So it's the Netherlands 2, Scotland 1. But look at this for a run, and here is Hanush making the run. Nice run it was, but stopped in its tracks. Turnover possession, Struik with the run.
Get up. Get up.
Throwing the ball away. Can Scotland maybe get a second? The Dutch are. Tucker back into Crichton. It's a penalty corner. Crichton came off the foot in the road. I think Leanweber was the guilty party, just in the way of the ball in movement in the circle. So we've seen how well they move up last time. Now we head across to inject once more. Took them 3 or 4 goals, but the one that was crucial was the last one. They were to make it 2-2. It could be a bit of an exciting final quarter. Wait. Into Crichton. Crichton to hammer. It's off the foot. Can they follow up? Not quite. Just went for sheer power that time. And Tim Dolman in goal. It's fairly comfortable for him. At him. Had to do the job. Get back to his teammate, and now he'll receive. Clemens just nicked it back. A bit accidental, but came up there from Veryman to Leanweber's leg. So that's a cheap way to turn over possession, but Scotland will be thankful. It gives them another chance. In the 41st minute of the game. Going to be a very decent watch. Tucked away now, counter-attack time for the Netherlands. Hanush to the left, forward came Struik, but it was all by himself really. Just trying to run through the wall of David Castle. He was the man that was yellow carded earlier. Give away the penalty stroke, which was saved. Tucker for Scotland. Again, a bit too close for comfort. Joel Verheim penalised. Aggressing on that side, found Tucker once more. Armour is against the Scottish side, which is not too happy about, but the Dutch don't care because here comes Pepe Hanush. Looked with some help aside if required, maybe a bit late with the pass. Still will stay with the Dutch with their free hit. Bobbled up for Scotland, so could get it away legally. Verheim quickly taking the free hit, had support, maybe looking to get it back. Ball from Gerbranda wasn't what he was intending. Still stays with the side in white and orange. Not for long. A little over a minute left in this third quarter. Roy Crichton. Arjibarjo tackling Gerbranda. Unfortunate for him, and there is going to be a card shown. I think for the coming together of Crichton just a few seconds ago. Crichton got on with it quickly, so umpire just waiting for the next natural stop of play for tackle Gerbranda to take a couple of minutes pause, basically for the rest of this quarter, probably for a few seconds of the final quarter. Brighton looking for a bit of help. Claremont, good idea. Quite finding Margerson. Space was closed down. Space was thinking about because Pepe Hannes was in space, but closed down well. I think it was possibly Strachan that managed to get the block in the way. Will be a free hit. Clear loop. Just runs by. Here's it. Here's the end of the third quarter. Turned into a bit of an exciting game. This could end well. Be at 2-0. It looked like it may well be job done through Taco Gabranda. So then the final quarter of the second game on the main pitch here at the National Hockey Centre. And it is Netherlands 2, Scotland 1 in the European Cup over 70s. And 2-0 when it went 2-0 to the Dutch, you kind of thought Taco Gabranda just stretching the legs and that might well lead to a goal or two more. Scotland thought, bounced back, got a penalty corner to work through. Ian Dowie, who injected and got it back, and they scored. And from that, it really helped in terms of a bit more belief. Certainly, have gained more and more possession. The Dutch still with a majority of it, you'd say, but there is a chance here that Scotland can win. Did so well a couple of years ago in this competition. Scotland themselves made the semi-finals, but lost to England. Lee Weber trying to sneak away, found the pass off, and now up it goes to Gabranda. He's also had his green card, he's back on actually. Just a couple of minutes. Verim to Hanush, Hanush twist turn. Oh, a flying stick. Oh, well, that's dangerous. And friendly fire there. It's one way to concede possession. Rather cheaply. Murdoch Sheriffs for Scotland though. Getting a good run with the ball here. Brilliant area. No one there though. Closest was Laurie Springford, but he wasn't getting. Shares for Aldrichs. It ends with a green card. Green card going to the Scottish player. So it's Scottish turn to be down to 10. Didn't have the yellow card earlier. Lovely run into the D. It was James rattled up under they might look at that as being a bit dangerous, but it is going to be a penalty corner. Sprung up off Alan Auld. So another Dutch penalty corner. Into James. He's going to get it back. Lovely 1-2. And it's saved. Nigel Dixon. It's bounced up off him. And the 1-2 routine was excellently worked with Verloop and to Alan James. Cabranda. It's a Scotland ball.
Get a little bit higher, guys! Need a bit of movement in there!
Ballingal was trying to go down the channel for Norrie Springford. And Branda back with the side in white and orange. House and Verheem into the circle. And Hanush, is it going to go in? He's going to get it in, is he? No, he's not. Against him, the foul against the Dutch side, and Scotland breathe for a little while longer. It stays at 2-1 with a couple of moments of reprieve. It stays as is.
Hard luck, Andy! Go, go, go! Can't touch you, go!
Still, what, 9 minutes or so left in the game? Still less action now. Bangles ball in. Over a loop. And teammate in defence just taking it calm, very pretty steady. Gabranda. Just a watch out for McLernan. Ball comes in, oh, it might bounce through this time, surely in the finish. Hanush this time, and this time it does count. And Pepe Hanush, the real goal scoring hero in the 2015 competition, is involved again off the sidelines for the third and fourth quarters and scores. It could be a clincher for. As mentioned a couple of times, there were spells Scotland now right in the lug, but hanging and dug in. It may well just be stretched too far now. The Netherlands have restored their 2-goal margin. Overloop. Teams are trying to wriggle it in. Andrew Farrell. Here comes away Crichton. One or two making a run, including Tucker, just going to run away though. Nice little idea. Right smile. Now the other side that's come just behind the opening scorer James. A lot of the other games in this competition, certainly over the coming day or two, are on this competition. And the 23rd later in the week is on pitch 1, which we'll have live coverage of. All the games on this pitch here, we've got live coverage on our YouTube and Facebook, so you can check it out. And plenty of people I know even here today are asking, can we watch it later? It will be on demand, so you'll be able to watch it as live on YouTube particularly. Here's Hanish, picked up, turns, opens up the space. Surely's in his second. No, he doesn't. It's a good save, but it might still fall up off the body in the line. And there's not really much time what's going to happen next. Penalty stroke, maybe unintentionally, just bobbled up off the body. But he opened up the space so well that Pepe Hanish, and he's going to put it on the spot. Well, they missed earlier for on the spot, different player, but is Hanish going to take it? I think he is. Hanish is another excellent save. What a moment for Nigel Dixon. It was not the strongest of strokes, but Scotland keepers had two wonderful saves to take away from the game. Might not be a winning performance or a performance that will get a point, but it is a couple of good saves. It keeps the score down at 3-1. Brandon Hanush there once again, trying to leap it. Getting towards the final couple of minutes or so of the quarter, and let's know they have got the job done. Unless there's something remarkable, of course, which can happen. It looked like as soon as we got the third, they just kind of a little bit at 2-0 also. And Scotland got a penalty corner, but time ticking away, and the Dutch have got it in a good place with Verloop. Verloop rattling into the D once more. Lovely ball on the line for Van Kampenhoek. Penalty corner. And a further chance to increase the lead from this kind of zone. And Van Kampenhoek back to inject. It's going to be Hanush. Spotted the pass for Gerbranda. And I thought it was going to go through the legs, but stopped on the legs. And despite the heroics, Dixon did come back out, but shot wide in the end. Fair to say the Dutch could have maybe scored another 3 or 4, including the strokes, but some good goalkeeping. Following the Euro Hockey Championship, might have seen Tommy Alexander's wonderful display against France at the first team level, and the goalkeeping on the main pitch. Verloop wriggled into the D. Verheem tries to get it back in. Away comes Roy Crichton with it for Scotland. So heading towards 60th minute. Forward from Verloop. Hanush. It's away up the line legally this time, crucially, but well cleared. Pepe Hanush could have scored 4 or 5 in this quarter alone. He's been absolutely sensational. And well cleared. Scorers at the end of this tournament once again. Second top goal scorer in 2015 in London. And Verheem trying to get into the D again. It's been all Netherlands pressure as the fourth quarter has ticked on. And in fact, there is the final play, and it is game over. And a great start for the Dutch. Made to work hard by Scotland. Dutch could have probably scored another 4 or 5 goals on top of what they did. But Alan James got the opener in the second quarter in the 17th minute. Taco Gerbranda evened away from a penalty corner in the 38th minute, put some life into the Scottish side, who did have chances towards the end of the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, but a crucial goal from the real marksman, goal scorer Pepe Hanush, 53rd minute, sealed the deal. 1 or 2 more chances went sparing, but the Dutch have got the job done in this over 70s cup tie, the European Cup, the over 70s. Our focus next will be the over 60s competition, Group B, Scotland against Italy. Do join us for that shortly, but we'll leave you for the moment with some of the best bits from this game.